So that's boxing at its finest right there. You heard it. They said it. Make that bet. Everything on the line.
Gervonta is an animal for real. Jake is too domestic. Here's the thing. Mike Tyson's an animal too. He was just 60. But he messed around and he got a prime Tank.
Gervonta Davis is pushing himself harder than ever in training camp for his fight with Jake Paul. His sessions are brutal, filled with non-stop sparring, explosive pad work, and intense conditioning. Surrounded by top coaches, Tank's focus and aggression show he's preparing to prove real boxing power beats celebrity hype. Jake Paul may have made the biggest mistake of his career by calling out Gervonta Davis, a fighter who is still in his prime and more dangerous than ever. He emphasizes that Tank has already proven his ability to dismantle taller and stronger opponents like Ryan Garcia and Mario Barrios, showcasing not only his power, but his adaptability. Showbiz explains that Jake might believe he's following the same pattern that worked when he fought older names such as Nate Diaz, or when he mentioned Mike Tyson. But this situation is entirely different. Tank isn't a past-his-prime legend chasing paydays. He's an elite, active world champion with speed, precision, and knockout intent. According to Showbiz, Jake has stepped into a challenge that could expose the vast gap between an entertainer learning the sport and a true boxing master in his peak form.
Emotionally, see if he's rattled. See, when it's all said and done, the whole talking shit goes out the window. Jake's scared. And let me tell you this, too. I looked at that, I'm sizing them up. I'm looking at Tank and Jake, and I'm looking at him. Tank can reach him too. He reached Ryan Garcia. He reached Mario Barrios. I was like, he ain't gonna be able to reach him. He's gonna reach him. I saw it. Tank's gonna reach him. He knows he's gonna reach him. Listen, I wanna say this too. Funny as hell. Before I say all this, Alicia Baumgartner, shout out to you, girl. I couldn't believe out of all the women to be the first one to do 3 minute, 12 rounds is Alicia Baumgartner. Not really known for having great endurance, great stamina, and she's doing this shit. Shout out to Alicia Baumgartner. Because what's her name? Layla? I don't really know her like that. But she looks like she ain't rattled by Alicia, so that's a perfect dance partner for that. Try to drag Alicia Baumgartner into lake water, see what's going on with that. Shout out to Alicia Baumgartner. But let's get back to Tank. First of all, Tank knows what he's doing. Tank Davis, he said, he was just making all these implications that it's going to be scripted. When he said, you're paying me, and then he was like, yo, you're going to have to give me extra, and then he said that this is scripted.
At the end of the day, I gave this little guy an opportunity. He should be thanking me. I'm paying him. I'm his boss. He reports to me, and I'm going to fucking son him on November 14th. So fuck you, little man.
You paying me? Are you paying me?
Yeah.
100%? 100%. Facts?
Correct.
Yes? Correct?
Correct. I'm your daddy.
40. What 40 at?
Some boxing experts believe Gervonta Davis may have taken on a challenge too big this time. They caution that Jake Paul's size and natural strength could make a real difference once both step into the ring. While Tank's speed, timing, and knockout power dominate smaller divisions, moving up to fight someone heavier could test his limits. Analysts emphasize that weight classes exist to ensure fair matchups, and crossing those lines can be hazardous. Even with Tank's elite skills and killer instinct, facing Jake Paul, a naturally bigger and physically stronger opponent, introduces a new level of risk that shouldn't be underestimated.
All of a sudden, we want to know who will win in this fight, Jake Paul or Tank Davis. It's a legit question, and I actually want to really hear your thoughts on who do you think is going to win, because I know what Vegas is saying, but I want to know what you think. You got
personally, I think Tank too little, bro.
Yo,
I think Tank too little.
I'm so glad you have a brain on your fucking shoulder.
I think Tank too little.
I said, bro.
I think Tank too little. That's what I'm saying. That weight class is for a reason.
Davis
that weight class is for a reason.
5'5", 135 pounds. Jake Paul is 6 feet, 205 pounds.
That's what I'm saying. He's too
6'1", 205. Everybody's like, yeah, bro, but Tank it only takes one good punch. Yes, it takes one good punch when you're about the same size. There's a 60, 70 pound difference in weight in these people. I don't think nobody puts the physics in mind. Jake Paul gets punched in the face by dudes 200 pounds with all their might on a weekly basis. 135 pound puncher, bro. If y'all remember the Mayweather versus Conor McGregor fight, Conor walks around like 180 on the regular. He's like 5'9", 180. Mayweather's like 5'7", 145. That 30 pound difference, bro. If you remember that fight, Mayweather was putting mittens on Conor. Guess what happened to Conor? He didn't hit the ground once.
No.
He lasted all 12 rounds getting hit with flurries. I'm talking about Mayweather was having his time. He's being cocky with it, hitting him with all kind of combos. And we're watching the last 3 rounds of that shit like, yo, knock him out. And you know what? He could not knock him out because Conor gets punched by people that are 170, 180 pounds on a regular. And just that 20, 30 pound difference, it was like impossible for him to do anything. And that's exactly what I feel like is going to happen versus Jake and Tank.